I grow weary of this sickening peace. Entertain me, mortals! Fight!
In what appears to be Otherworld, an unfamiliar god loses his temper as an angel pours what appears to be seeds into his hand and throws them into the air. Almost instinctively, the god rushes towards them and snatches them mid-flight, before realizing what just happened and says,
I hate when you do that, I'm not your pet!
Ignoring this grievance, the angel replies with, I propose we hold a tournament, Soaira-sama, who instantly afterwards realizes that he stepped on his headdress.
You know as painfully well as I do that there is no one who can entertain me through battle, save for that lazy, hairless cat who calls himself the god of destruction. He's asleep right now, isn't he?
Yes, my lord. But I never said you'd be participating, Soaira-sama. You can spar with the winner should they prove worthy of any sense.
Fair enough, but where would we find these combatants? I do not wish to watch weaklings in a scuffle. It must be powerful beings, so that there is blood that dances in the air with each hit that strikes their opponent.
Yes, blood.
Any weak beings, such as humans, are far out of the question, mind you. Do not waste my time even considering them, Fearlob.
How about a hybrid then? Do you remember the child whose powers I sealed away all those years ago?
Indeed I do.
16 years ago.
The strange and special god. The Lombardian god, yes?
That's correct, Soaira-sama. The one whose golden key was displaying even in his mother's womb.
I do not care for such details.
The one who was the spitting image of what the legend described. White hair with a small hint of blue hue.
Fear.
Eyes as golden as the sun's fire.
Fear.
And skin that was fairly pink.
Fearlob!
Yes, sire?
Shut up!
Oh, a woman in the room comments on how troublesome this child is, saying that he takes too much after his father. However, he is darling. Ashu enters and says that she's still surprised that the new Lombardian god is a Saiyan Lombardian hybrid, of all things. Asking if she's come to see the baby, Ashu says, Of course! Now give him here! The others in the room laugh at what a grandma Ashu is. Oh, what a precious child. Come now, let's get some fresh air. The others think that's a great idea. Here, let's get you cleaned up. As something falls from the sky and vibrates the surrounding area. The smoke clears and it's the god and his angel. We have arrived, sire.
Finally!
Ashu instantly goes into defense mode, charging up a key attack as Fear quickly tries to apologize. Heavens no! We nearly landed on some people!
You mean you nearly landed on them?
My deepest apology for As the angel lies on the ground, Dora's mother demands to know who these men are. As Ashu gets ready to attack again, he stands up. Wait, please! You needn't fear us. We mean you no harm. Rumor has reached our ears that a Lombardian god has been born on this planet some months ago. We merely wish to see this child. Allow me to introduce ourselves. This is Soaira-sama, the god of war, and I, his humble servant, Fearlob. Ashu explains that she's the guardian of Lumbar and apologizes for the key blast. Nonsense, I deserved it, having nearly brought harm to such a lovely woman, a precious child, and her companions. Ashu, what a beautiful name, fitting of a woman of equal beauty. Ashu can only stand there uncomfortably at the angels flirting as the girls giggle in the background. That's when Soaira steps in.
I have come a long way from my temple to your little planet, and I'm not impressed with this planet or its inhabitants thus far. A Lombardian god here?
That's when the baby catches the god of war's attention. Ashu asks if they may hold a feast for the mighty god of war and discuss everything over a nice meal.
Very well, little woman. You may have this honor. I am quite hungry from our long journey. A feast sounds delightful.
Ashu assembles a group of Lombardians as they prepare a banquet. As she steps back to supervise, one of her friends from earlier asks if she found Fearlob charming. More or less teasing her, of course. She says, I don't know what you're getting at. Oh, come on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How he knelt down and kissed your hand even though you blasted him in the face? What a gentleman. And it's obvious that he likes you. Isn't there something you should be doing right now? We understand that you're very busy as this planet's guardian, Ashu, but while he's here, why not have a little fun? You too, Anakiko. Telling her to go and saying that she doesn't have time for such things.
No! This will not do! Bring out more plates, and if need be, retrieve another table. I refuse to be the same as that purple cat! Come, we shall all take part in this humble little feast you have prepared.
And those fools wonder why I chose him. Everybody then takes their place at the table. What? A Saiyan hybrid? Really? Furthering that Broko and Coley are hybrids too. The young child seems less than pleased to have calamari on his plate, straight up pushing it away, before laying his eyes on a cob of corn. And Akiko comments how she can't believe the god of war wants to eat with the likes of them. Oh, Sawara-sama is very generous, except for a few food items. The few things he will not give out freely to others are seeds, grains, and—
Little fiend!
Corn. Sawara gets into a tug of war with the young child before swinging him across the table, but he's still reluctant to let go, staring each other down.
Unhand it, child.
Able to catch him off guard, Osira comes crashing down to the table itself. As the baby gets a kick out of this, Osira decides he's had enough and yanks it out of his hands, quickly devouring it before giving him back the bare cob. As the baby begins to cry, somebody goes into Mother Hawk mode before Osira generates a small key ball,
Oh, hush, child.
which cheers him up almost instantly. Like a cat to a laser pointer, Osira guides the baby off the table, then sends the ball into the air, having it explode like fireworks. Everybody comments on this beautiful spectacle. That was marvelous, Osira-sama. But as tremors begin to consume Doru, his mother grows concerned. That's when Doru transforms into an Ozaru. Such power!
From a child?
From the look on Ashu's face, it allures she's seen this before. Everybody clears out as the god of war charges an attack, but Anakiko comes rushing over saying, "No! Don't hurt my baby, please! Let me try to calm him down!" Rushing over, she has Osira's attention. Shouting out for Doru to look at mommy, she begins to make funny faces. Just like any infant would, he falls over laughing and clapping his hands.
She tamed the beast?
That's when Doru transforms into what appears to be Super Saiyan 4.
You may have prevented a rampage, but this power level is unacceptable in one so young.
Osira begins to charge yet another attack before it suddenly slips from his hand.
He absorbed my ki.
Allow me, my lord. Grabbing Doru by the tail, Fury releases a ki attack of his own. I'm sorry, dear child. I now return to you, your child. Anakigo holds your child, but he's not moving. Crying and giving Fear the evil eye, he says, "Don't look at me like that. He is unharmed and I did you a great favor. I sealed his godly abilities power. Being so young and half Saiyan, with such power he could cause great destruction and devastation upon the world and possibly many others. He'll be exactly like the two Fair Lady Ashu mentioned earlier." A crowd gathers around Doru. It's about time we depart. Ashu, my dear, please come here. I am so sorry. I feel horribly guilty for earlier. I was not honest with you! My name isn't really Fear Lob. Please forgive me for telling you otherwise. My name is really Fear Wafu. I despise this name, so I since changed it. But thinking of departing from Lumbar without first telling you the truth was tearing me apart. Waffle? What kind of name is Waffle? It's Wafu, not Waffle. See, this is why I changed my name.
Fearlob, I would like to depart as soon as possible to return to my temple.
Of course, Osira-sama. My dear Ashu, it's been a pleasure. May time and fate be merciful and allow us to meet again. Lombardians, a thank you. From myself and on behalf of the God of War, for the wonderful hospitality you have shown us today. I bid you all farewell. Present time. Oh, the fair Lady Ashu. How I'd love to see her again.
If we were to unseal his powers, can you imagine how amusing he would be? Fearlob, let's go, now, to see the Lombardian god once again.
In the second Dragon Ball SQ Special, we're reminded how Bardock fell to the terrible Frieza along with Planet Vegeta. With the destruction of their planet, the remaining Saiyans, Prince Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, who were away on a mission, are left homeless. Prince Vegeta, the behest of Emperor Frieza, takes Nappa and Raditz to the South Quadrant of the galaxy to scout prospective worlds for his lordship. After scouting a few planets, they come across planet Lumbar. Kaji and what appears to be a young Anakiko see him falling from the sky and vacate the area. They hide from the aliens as they exit their ship. Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta emerge. "Looks like a nice planet, eh, Vegeta?" Vegeta says perhaps, no telling till we get a better look. That's when Raditz engages a scouter and finds the native inhabitants hiding. Anakiko says maybe he didn't see us. "Shh, be quiet before they hear you." "Ha! Too late!" That's when Kaji quips, "Hey kid, it's not very polite to point at a lady's chest." Which catches the young prince off guard, embarrassing him. "Oh, quiet, fool! Do you know who you are talking to? Bow in the presence of a prince!" The Lombardians giggle as Vegeta continues. "Why you? What's so funny?" Kaji antagonizes him further by saying, "I think our visitor likes me." The ground below them begins to shake as Vegeta looks behind him. "Insulting the prince is a very big mistake, ladies." "Quiet, Nappa! I have this under control." I'm sorry. I was just trying to have a little fun is all. Just let me do the talking. As for you, I'm willing to overlook your crudeness in exchange for— Just like that, a shoe comes out of nowhere and knocks the prince out cold. Nappa and Raditz try to take her out, but she easily handles them both, even bringing Nappa to his knees with one hit. Barbarians! How dare you! Whoever you are, attacking my people is a huge mistake! Bringing all three Saiyans to the ground, a shoe looks ready for more. Wait! We mean you no harm! A shoe responds with, so you're not just barbarians, you're liars too. But Vegeta doubles down and says he means it. They didn't come here to cause trouble. They're, prospectors. Ha ha ha! Prospectors? Who wear combat armor? Kaji chimes in and says it's true, Ashu. He reprimanded the big one for attacking us. With that, Ashu apologizes. It says, allow me to make it up to you. You prospectors must be hungry. Much to the satisfaction of Raditz and Nappa. Kaji, take our visitors to the village. Get them some food and comfortable clothes. Yes, Ashu. You three, follow me. Play along and play nice, Nappa. Whatever you say, Prince. It'd be faster if I take us. Just tell me which way to go. Kaji points in a direction and Nappa takes off. Raditz and Vegeta follow suit, but not before Vegeta looks back to look at Ashu. Prospectors? Nappa and the others arrive at the village in no time. Kaji, though a little bit nervous and stressed, is no worse for the wear. One of the children in the village shout, look, outsiders, and they have Kasana and Anakiko. What do you want? Why have you come here? Relax. We mean you no harm. That's too funny coming from you. Shut up, Nappa. But Kaji explains to everybody that these gentlemen are our guests. Ashu has asked us to give them food and shelter, help them out and make them feel welcome. Why should we help a bunch of ugly strangers? Especially that long-haired one. He's extra ugly. Why, that little snot. If not for that old woman, I would. That's when Vegeta apologizes for his comrade's lack of social grace, and he appreciates any hospitality they can afford. Then expanding upon his lie, saying we're prospectors and been searching for a new home for some time now, and he supposes you could say they're orphaned at the moment. Ashu also apologizes, saying that they're rather wary of outsiders, then tells them that she's the guardian of this world, and on behalf of her people, she welcomes them to stay as long as they wish. Thank you! Anakiko and a couple of the others bring him out some clothes, but they say they don't think it'll fit their tall friend. And lastly, Ashu says that she believes she promised their guests a large feast. So let's hop to it, everyone! Later that night, as Raditz and Nappa get cozy with the villagers, Vegeta sits off in the distance lamenting how he could have lost so easily to that old woman. Raditz ventures over asking if he's alright. Raditz! Huh? You and that big ogre ate all the food before I could even get seconds! Did you hear that, Nappa? Nappa? Looking back, he sees that Nappa and Kaji are gone. Apparently they left to get even more cozy with each other. Anakiko comes by to ask what they're doing hanging around here, and if Vegeta's still hungry, they can always make more. The next morning, Vegeta awakes to his scouter going off. He quickly flies away to get some privacy as he receives a call from Zarbon, who explains that Frieza is getting impatient. Friend, Zarbon, always a pleasure.
Enough with the attitude. You're on thin ice as it is.
Going on to confirm what we all assumed, Zarbon goes on to say that Lord Frieza sent you to the South Quadrant to scout potential worlds, but your initial reports have failed to deliver in both content and punctuality. Your latest evaluation is testing Lord Frieza's patience, as well as his faith in you. Vegeta tries to argue by asking if Frieza knows that he's flying blind out here, as they have zero information on these worlds. It's not his fault if the people are weakling scum and the planet has no resources to offer, but Zarbon says regardless, we want results, no excuses. You have 24 hours to finish this evaluation and move on, and he expects a full report promptly. You expect? Since when do I take orders from you?
Since now. Now do your job.
Why you? I'm glad I decided to keep an eye on you. I figured as much. Prospectors indeed. There would be no smooth talking this time. Vegeta had been caught red-handed. In a miraculous show of mercy, Ashu allowed the three Saiyans to leave peacefully, albeit with a warning should any harm befall their world. Anakiko and Kaji took their departure hard, having come to care for them in their short time together, but time heals all wounds. As for the Saiyans, they felt it was best to keep what occurred on Planet Lumbar a secret for the sake of their reputations. Even so, they could not return to Frieza empty-handed. Planet Janesh. 5 days later, two young natives look up at the sky as 3 Saiyan space pods descend.